Today I want to talk about this concept of push and pull. Imagine that you are experiencing something that doesn't feel comfortable, and your initial response is to pull away. But in that pulling away, you actually create more damage, or it results in a worse outcome. If you were bitten by a dog and your hand is in the dog's mouth and the dog's got its jaws clamped down on your hand, now your instant reaction would be to pull away. But in that pulling away with the dog's jaws clamped down, the response of the dog will be to clamp down harder. And you pulling, the dog clamps harder and the skin gets ripped off, okay? Now, I'm giving you this as an idea because I want you to understand this purpose of our initial push and pull. If we instead were to expand that gap between the stimulus and the immediate response, which would be to yank away or pull away or flee, but we took just a split second, and instead of pulling, we pushed. That pushing would create a natural, almost a regurgitating, because now the dog is choking and it naturally wants to release. It has to release, and you can break free. Now, this is an example of something that I was teaching in our session where I bring in Tai Chi. And Tai Chi is all about flow. There is a time of pushing, and there is a time of pulling. And if we're pulling when we need to be pushing, there is going to be an experience of being off balance. Are you forcing a retraction or a release when you still need to be pushing? Or let's look at it this way. You still need to be there, showing up, looking at what's there. This comes up a lot when we are dealing with pain, painful circumstances and situations and trauma, especially from our past, and we have been in the habit of pulling away or pushing really hard because that was a survival mechanism. But when we can come back into harmony, that reaction releases, and that's where healing takes place. There is a natural push and pull, but if you pull away too quickly from those painful experiences, and some of them are experiences like having tough discussions with your partner or your children or your boss or your employees or your team members or even yourself, and you pull away too soon, or you push too soon, you push too much, when you really need to be releasing. You see this flow, this natural flow that's so beautiful. And when you are in harmony with this flow of pushing and pulling, it just creates ease, and it creates natural relief, natural healing. And it's quite beautiful. This is what we get into a little bit more in depth. And our Thrive Tribe is growing, and I invite you to join us. Go to findjoybeyondtrauma.com to learn more about the Thrive Tribe.